follow a dream and a passion and show my kids also. So that's another thing. Yes, I do have some kids. I have 4. But I'm trying to show them that it doesn't matter what the world tells you, what society tells you. It doesn't matter. As long if you feel like you want to do something, then you follow that and you do it. You be who you want to be, and don't ever let somebody else judge you and put you into a square box, because we're not squares. All right, we just ain't, and are not. There we go. Proper wording. I know. I'm trying to work. I'm working on it. I'm in the South. We got slang and we got our own words. And so I don't know much better than what you hear. So sorry, I guess. Sorry, not sorry. Like, I'm sorry. But in no sense, I'm not sorry, because it's me. I'm just going to be me. It's being me. Anyways, so the direction of the song is rock, rap, kind of a new metal. So any of my new metal fans out there, and new as in N-U metal, not N-E-W metal, just to clarify, so where we know we're on the right page together. But anyways, any of my new metal fans out there, hey, we're going to get rocking with this. But it's kind of a rap rock mix, really, is what new metal is. It's a subcategory of rock, of course, but it came around in the late 90s, maybe 2000s, early 2000s. And it might have been just the early 2000s, but I think it was more like late 90s is when some of them came. But they came to the main level of music, and people started paying attention to them. So that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking I'm going to go to. Like, at first I thought it was strictly going to be like rap, because, like, for real, I like rap. I am all about some rap, and I will argue till my dying day that the best rapper of all time was Tupac, and still is the best of all time. And I will argue with you about anybody else being at that level. But after that's all said and done, yes, I love my rap, but I really don't think I can. I might be able to. And once we work on my voice a little bit, or, my speaking and all that a little bit, maybe it's a possibility. And if it's a possibility, then I'll definitely pursue that possibility, and we'll see what happens with it. But it's for sure one or the other. Like, it's a rock or it's a rap. Like, so that's how we're going to do this song, at least. And if you are new and you're not following along, shame on you. But we are taking suggestions for songs. If even you want to write one and maybe send it to me, email wise, there should be a way to contact me, at least through something on your site, whether it's the description page or something of the sorts. There should be a way to contact me. So send it to me, and maybe we can do something with it. Maybe I can do something with it. I don't know, but I'm willing to take a look. And I'm wanting y'all to come up with your own and do your side of this too. And you put out something of yours. And maybe a few of us get a top 100 song. And that is going to be super cool. It will be cool with me. I will enjoy it. Anyways, let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to get to today, and that is more lives. Yes, I said it. It's going to happen. I did 2 so far. I did 1 on my other host and did 1 on here, and didn't get a very good response at all on this one. I think I had maybe a person come over, but it wasn't for sure. I'm not too for sure if it was counting me or if there was somebody else that got to come in and listen. But so one, not a great deal. Like the other one I had was 7. So that's kind of cruddy. It's pretty crappy. Let's just put it as it is. It was crappy that I did not get more than that. But I am starting off with, just at that time, whenever I did the recording, I had only had one show out, and that was my Father and Patriot show that I did one season of. What I'm considering a season, it was like 11 episodes. But that was it. I ended up ending that season there. And I might go back to it at some point in time. And I'm not too far-fetched from you hearing every once in a while my political beliefs or my political stance on certain subjects when and if they ever come up. But anyways, back to where I was going with everything. Anyways, I had that live when I had just started podcasting. So not only did I just start podcasting, I didn't plan it. So I want to make sure verify. I did everything you're not supposed to do. I did. Like, I just bought mics. I bought the recording stuff. Or not recording stuff, I should say. More like, I bought the audio stuff and I downloaded a recording program, and then I just did whatever, so be it, whatever it was that was there. I just did it. And come to find out, and by the way, hey, y'all like this mic? This mic is the new mic that I got in, and I think it's wonderful. Anyways, so I just started going at it. And I was like, I'll learn as I go, is what I'll do. And so I did, kinda. I did learn that I was doing it all completely wrong. So you need a different mic than what I had. You need a little bit better of a recording program, but you need to know that recording program a lot more. And then on top of that, you also, let me remind you, you also need a dynamic mic, and you need to promote the show before it's put out on air. And then, like, when you go and actually put it out your very first day, like, you have a countdown, and you have people subscribing, wanting to be there to listen to the new show. So anyways, yeah, that's, needless to say, that is what you need to do, and I didn't do it. I just didn't. I don't really know any better way to put it other than I just didn't do it, and I should have. I wish I would have, but I didn't. So that's that. I went around about it all wrong, and so whenever I did my live, it was a very bottom-ish. Like, there was nobody there. I ended up with 7 people on that one. But, which I think is good, considering exactly what it was that, I did all wrong stuff. So, not very many people had known of the show up until that point. They knew somewhat because, like, I'd had, like, 20 to 30, 40 some odd downloads. So it had gotten out somewhat. For 11 shows and 30 to 40 something downloads, it had slowly spread it a little bit, but nearly not what it is or what it should be. Definitely, if you're broadcasting and putting out these shows as regularly as I was, you should have a pretty decent core group. At least whenever you very first begin, and I get where people fall off or they think, oh, well, that's not what I was expecting, things like that. Then, of course, it's going to kind of fall to the side and people are going to just keep on moving on. That's just how they roll. That's how we roll out here. So, sorry about that. I gotta get me a drink. My mouth is dry. Anyways, so super kind of weird moment there. I'm sitting in my vehicle doing my audio kind of thing, what I do before I go inside to the home studio and make up another episode and get it published, put out in the atmosphere through my other hosting platform. But as I'm waiting to go in and do that, I had a super weird moment with having somebody come by and drive by, and so kind of threw me off guard for a minute, because technically speaking, I live at a dead-end road. So unless you come down this road for a particular reason, to either go to somebody's house, go see somebody, most of the time you don't come in and out of this road so quickly unless they wasn't home or you was looking to see if somebody was at home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here thinking, well, that was kind of weird. So it throws me for a loop for a minute. And so I might be a little scattered brain, and I'm sorry about that. That's the reason why. It kind of threw me off, and it's got my mind thinking other things than what is necessary for us to get this show going. Probably why most professional podcasting stuff is either pre-recorded somewhere else where that's not going on, or they are in a studio where it's not a possibility. So, my bad. I'm going to learn as I go the ins and outs. And of course, this is a recording nonetheless, but when you record to the app, you pretty much can't cut out the middle junk. You got to kind of go with the flow of how the show's going and just kind of run with it. At least that's what I try to do, at least for the app purposes, because if I don't, and I try to cut some of it, and if it's not the beginning and it's not the end that I'm cutting, then, well, needless to say, you can't really cut the center out and put the two pieces back together. It just doesn't work that way. If you think of it as in a long line, audio is just a long frequency that it records, because it records even the silent parts. So they're all connected all the way through. You can't come in and splice any of it. You just can't, not with the app. Now, with the recording home studio that I'm working on, you do have the possibility of doing that. But again, that becomes kind of a thing of, well, needless to say, it works with the home studio. It doesn't work on that, and that's fine, because I'm cool with that. Maybe it'll make it even better for me to do live shows and to stream, because I would like to do that too. I think that's going to be eventually what we are going to get to, and it could be the reason why you are actually listening to this show right this moment, because of the simple fact of you saw me on a stream and you thought it was interesting of what we was doing, and so you're just so happened to be following in order each show, which is awesome of you if you are, and it's super Cool.